our group?
Like the page.
God damn!
At least I wasn't the one that did it this time.
Redo it because we literally just went live.
We just
Wow.
went live.
Yes.
Oh, so we were.
We'll
we
do it
still-
live.
We were in limbo.
We're still in
Wonderful.
limbo.
Uh,
Anyway,
So one
welcome
more
to
time.
Twisted Co-hosts.
It's fine. No, we don't have to read.
That's Garrett. That's Adrian. I'm James. Like the
Avengers
page.
like
Done.
page. Yeah, we're done.
did you say I'm Garrett? He's Adrian.
No, it's Garrett, Adrian, James.
I
Maybe he
got it.
did. Who doesn't even?
And do
Who
your
cares?
plug for your page.
Xavier's League of Extraordinary Avengers Corps Inc. Join our group.
Like the page.
God.
I love you. Anyway, so how you
know where
guys doing?
live.
Nice.
That's awkward.
That is awkward. Well, he helped me move.
It
so I
isn't
would've-
wrong. It isn't wrong, but it's awkward. Oh man.
Awkward.
Anyway,
So
so
yeah,
what's up, guys?
not much. I mean, we've had some cool stuff coming up. I know this is something I didn't get to actually tell you guys before we started the show, but I really want to start talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 2
Okay.
because James Gunn just finished the first script.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you hated the first
And Chris Pratt.
I didn't
cried.
hate the first one.
No,
It is
he just said
such-
that that
false.
on repeated views
Yeah, I
he's
know.
lost the shiny,
It has. I feel like the shine has worn off, but that's fine.
I remembered it differently.
which is weird because my little sister still maintains that Guardians is the best MCU movie.
See, like I would have said that after I first saw the movie, and then the next week it would have been like, no, Winter Soldier's better. And then I was like, no, but so is Iron Man. No, but so is Avengers. Like it just kept going down my list. But it's still like
The 15 minutes of Vision makes Age of Ultron my favorite.
it's actually 8 minutes.
How about
sure, the 8 minutes of Vision.
How about the 20 seconds where he's holding?
Yes, that's not
Scarlet
even
Witch.
20 seconds. It's 2
It's
seconds.
like it's like
and
20
that,
milliseconds.
I would have bought the ticket for that.
You did.
But yes, you're right. And then would come Winter Soldier, and then the first Avengers. But that's because I like Captain America. So.
Anyway,
Colonel.
no, I think mine's Winter Soldier, then the first Avengers, then Iron Man, then probably Guardians,
Hmm.
then probably Avengers 2. Probably in that order. No, because I think Iron Man 3 is probably above Age of Ultron
we're-
and Guardians for
We're
me.
doing list radio.
And I guess we are. It's weird.
James, your top 3
I
or
said
top
it.
5?
I did
He
it.
did
Oh,
his
well,
already.
I could do 2 more then. So
But-
after first Avenger, then would come Avengers, and then probably Thor.
Ricky?
Thor. I don't
Oh,
really
with
like
the
first one.
MCUs?
Thor 2.
Yeah.
Let me be specific. I'm sorry,
I
Thor
don't
2.
really. I mean, none of the Captain America movies.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Okay.
just playing. I like Winter Soldier a lot. That's probably right there, top 2. Avengers 1 and Age of Ultron. I mean, but I like Guardians. Like, I think Guardians is as good as Winter Soldier. or
My
Avengers or
top
anything.
I won't
3.
agree with that, but sure.
Uh-huh.
It's a different
In
movie.
order.
That's
Uh-huh.
true.
Winter Soldier, Incredible Hulk, and Guardians.
Okay.
Those are the top 3 best films that I've seen.
I
on
have
the MCU.
trouble including Incredible Hulk.
I do too.
No,
Not because it wasn't part of the MCU. Like
It's so
I
detached.
totally,
it was.
I know that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I totally agree that it's part of the MCU, even though some people are like,
Oh,
"Yeah."
Thank you,
I just,
Garrett.
I don't like Norton as Hulk. I really don't. And
I mean, I liked him all right. He was definitely better than Banner.
well, I mean,
but-
that's not a big.
Yeah.
I just didn't like Norton, and
I will say this. I like the Hulk from the first Hulk movie more than Edward Norton's Hulk, the monster.
that's weird.
Because I felt like, first off, I,
I
felt like
he grew too much. He
Didn't
got
you
so
say
big.
one?
I loved that. And I think, because he does grow.
But
But
then,
not
like
but he was like 7 feet, or not 7 feet. He was like 10 feet tall by
Well,
like part of that movie.
yeah, but
in the comics, his starting height is 8 feet. And he grows to a maximum of 15.
James, I remember we had one discussion about like which was a better Hulk because we were comparing Ruffalo to Incredible Hulk.
Uh-huh.
And my favorite line to this day that you said was Incredible Hulk looks like a Calvin Klein model.
Yeah, he really does. Like the monster itself, he was too pretty.
The hair.
It was the hair. His like he
Mm.
was super slender. Like he was
Yeah.
wearing like designer jeans. I don't know what was going on.
I like
That's weird.
Ruffalo's Sasquatch Hulk with all the
yeah,
hair.
I do too.
If you ever go
But
into,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. If you ever go into Tate's Comics, you can see they have the Incredible Hulk, like huge.
Yeah,
statue
the
there, and
one
you can
that
really
was
see
the movie
what
display.
James is talking about with the model thing. He
And
looks
then-
too good.
But what I liked about Eric Bana's monster, the Hulk, was the way they did him. Like they did the huge jumping thing.
Mhm.
They did the way he fought the tanks was awesome.
The
Yeah.
tank swing.
Yeah, the tank swing was great. I felt like it had a lot more classic Hulk to it than Incredible Hulk did.
I can understand. Where you're
Here's the
coming
thing,
I just didn't
though.
like
But the
the
movie
pooches.
itself was just trash.
I just don't like the dogs.
The Hulk poodle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
from. I mean, like my biggest complaint with the Incredible Hulk is not just Norton, like because I prefer Ruffalo over Norton.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But also because I feel like Norton and
Banner.
no, what's her name? Betty,
Tyler.
Liv Tyler,
Liv Tyler.
yeah, Liv Tyler. I was like, Tyler something. Liv Tyler and Edward Norton, I felt like had no chemistry.
Yeah,
I felt like they were so pale and stiff together, and I was just like, And the worst part of it is it's their romance is like the main plot of the movie almost, and it's like it doesn't really fit.
Can
for me.
I try to defend Hulk?
Go for it?
Because both of you are like just ramming your opinions down.
What, the Incredible Hulk?
Yeah.
No,
Stan
I
Lee
liked
cameo.
it. Again,
I'm not saying I didn't
no,
like
no.
it.
Let me give some points here. One, Abomination had the most villain character development, not named Loki.
Yeah, sure. I agree.
Let's be honest. Emil
don't know,
Blonsky was awesome
No,
in
yeah.
that movie.
I'm not saying he wasn't, but I don't know that I'd say
Give
he's
me
the
a real
best.
fight. That was awesome.
I
The
still put
fight.
Winter Soldier up there.
That's true.
He's still one of the top. I agree with you there that he's one of the best villains we've seen out
Yeah.
of
Yes,
the MCU.
and he had more dialogue than Bucky. But
Well, yeah.
well, that is true.
okay.
But
but
Bucky's dialogue brought out the feels.
It really feels.
lack of dialogue. So
Yeah.
Well, no, the parts when he did talk.
You
You're
mean
my
that one-
mission. Oh no!
Garrett did cry like a baby.
I cried like a baby throughout that whole movie.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
I got a question. In the comic books, wasn't Bucky supposed to be 14, 15, 16 years old
When
he
Cap
died?
drags him into war, yes.
That's
Yes.
Yeah.
that's real honorable, Captain America. But go ahead.
I mean, it was the 40s, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm sure it was okay for 15, 16-year-olds to be signing up for the war. when
Yes,
you
in
had
the
to be
40s it
18.
In the
was.
40s, isn't that when they started getting drafted?
No, you had to be at least 18.
Is it
Crazy?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah,
it's
but
18.
But
But when
But
you're protected by
the
Captain
comic
America, you're fine.
is
Ricky.
centered on getting kids to read. So what do? You put a kid in the
You
firefight.
put a child in Nazi Germany. No, I'm just saying that's
Yeah,
not
but
that's not very
Ricky-
honorable of him. I understand the device and trying to get kids to read. I get that.
It's
But I don't wanna hear
just
that
as
Boy
honorable
Scout.
as, living in the most dangerous city in the country and dressing a kid up in bright orange, bright red and green spandex while you're in dark green.
And not
black
just that,
armor.
I
when
agree,
one of
that's
the
not
kids,
very honorable.
and not just that, when one of the kids leaves, you just get another orphan
Yeah,
off
I
the street.
know. At least Captain America learned his lesson,
Well, no. I mean, I'm not saying Batman
Batman
is
is just a constant grinder of orphans.
It's like, ooh, a new orphan I can use? Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying I wouldn't want my friend to do that.
And let's really go through the history of Batman's. I mean, you have Dick, who turned out okay, but Barbara got shot in the back,
Ooh.
Jason got killed.
Jason got
Damien
killed,
got killed.
brought back, and then went crazy. And then his son got killed. So yeah, Batman's done a good
Tim is okay, right?
Yeah, he's all right.
Tim and Dick are his success stories out of the 7 sidekicks
And
he's had.
that's
But
because
also-
they were the most. No, fuck you, Bruce. I'm gonna do my own shit. Okay.
Hold on though.
Well, no, that was more Damien.
I
I,
don't
think was
think-
the most like that.
I don't think I should count Tim because in New 52 he technically wasn't a Robin. He was just
Yeah,
Red
he's a
Robin.
Red Robin.
Yeah,
But still.
he was still a sidekick for a little bit.
Yeah.
He worked at Red
included
Robin.
Batgirl, too.
Yum.
God.
Also, I really love William Hurt as General.
I'm so happy he's
Thunderbolt.
back for Civil War.
To go back to the Incredible Hulk thing, I love the actor they picked for Samson, and I'm very upset they never did anything with him.
Mm.
And I love the tie-in for Leader, and it had a great deleted opening
Oh, yeah.
scene where Hulk attempts suicide and he reveals where Cap is.
They call it back too.
Yeah,
They do a callback on that in Avengers.
yeah, they did, and I thought that was great. Sure, Norton
Put a
wasn't my
gentleman
first
out
pick.
and pull the
I'll tell
trigger.
you right now, Ruffalo's the better Hulk.
What I like about Ruffalo specifically is that I'm talking him as Banner. He does this like humble man who's holding something back act really well.
Yeah,
Like he looks like he's constantly holding back this massive weight. You get me?
It's
So
all in
the-
his pants too.
Yes. So the line,
Just
that's
ask
my
Widow.
secret, Cap. I'm always angry was a really well delivered line because of his ability to do that.
I also really like the Black Widow commentary in Age of Ultron about how, and here's this this man who avoids the fight because he
Oh,
know
right.
he would win.
And also, there's little things that the director Louis Leterrier did with Incredible Hulk that I thought was awesome.
Mhm.
One, he hinted at Spider-Man with
When-
a shadow swinging
That
through
was-
the Harlem fight.
That is nope. 1 second, because that is such a bullcrap thing. That's a fan theory. You can tell when you watch that scene. Abomination has a person in his hand and he throws them backwards. That's what you're looking at. It's not Spider-Man. He's throwing a person behind him.
but
into
he
the
did
shadow.
it as an homage.
Has he ever said that?
Yes, in director commentary, which I watched many times. Also,
Ooh.
I'm
here's
gonna go
another
watch
thing.
that today and
Here's-
find out.
Here's another thing. Let's go.
Let's go.
many times.
Yes, I love that movie.
Wait, the
Here-
director commentary?
Yeah.
I've only watched the director commentary maybe once.
I actually really enjoy director commentaries,
Same.
especially Joss Whedon's on Avengers. So
Also, remember
I don't know about many times.
when
Yeah,
fun. Yeah, I watched it like
Okay.
twice, maybe.
let me get a word in for God's sakes. When Hulk when Hulk destroys the helicopter
Yes.
and he like protects Betty,
Yes.
and then it starts raining, the director said that's a nod to Thor. Even when he's in the cave and he throws a rock at the sky and it's lightning.
That one I know for a fact is true. The him getting mad at the god.
Yeah, and that was just Thor being Thor, and like it left it like it was just so awesome. Also, they mentioned Rick Jones in the opening credits, and they never did anything. I want my A-bomb. I just want more Hulks.
Well, you're
Give
gonna
me
get
all
one.
the Hulks.
Well, supposedly you're getting one in Civil War.
Yeah, supposedly we're getting Red Hulk, right?
Yes,
Rolk.
but I want
I don't know how
Jen.
I feel about that though.
I want
I
Jen.
can't wait for Rolk.
Jen.
I love Rolk.
That's what bothers me is that we're gonna get Red Hulk before we get Jen.
That doesn't bother me at all.
I love She-Hulk. I love her character.
I mean, I do too. But
because in my opinion, she is in some ways superior to her cousin, and they never really explore that.
I mean, I agree. I like She-Hulk. I also think that it's much harder to make a new character into a Hulk than to turn Ross into a Hulk from where their standing point at the current MCU.
I mean, I guess
crossroad.
Also, maybe MCU doesn't want to have too many lawyers. They already have Daredevil.
avocados at law.
Yeah,
God,
They
I was
had-
like,
man, could it be that She-Hulk gets on Netflix and we have the fight, the lawyer fight?
Law and Order.
Dun,
dun, dun. Hell's Kitchen.
Law and Order
Marvel Victims Unit.
Oh God.
Anyway,
this is getting worse and worse by the second.
But yeah,
you know what
and
I would
here's-
really like to see? I know it's not going to happen. Sorry. I would
Okay.
really like to see Jennifer Walters play the Carol Danvers roles in Jessica Jones. Like I know they're using Patsy Walker instead, but I would have really liked Jennifer Walters to be the best friend to Jessica. And then if you ever want to use She-Hulk, you've got the character there.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see that.
That's a good point. But really quick, oh right. What I'm curious about now is one of the main differences between Red Hulk and Hulk is Red Hulk doesn't have that gradient anger thing. He immediately goes to full anger. That's just where he's at. He's at full Hulk power. They don't really showcase that about the Hulk because again, in the movies, MCU Hulk doesn't grow the angrier he gets. He doesn't really change much the angrier he gets. So how are they going to make the
One of the other
difference?
things,
Hulk
Well,
barely
the
gets
talking,
any
that's
screen
true,
time
too,
as
is
it
talking.
is.
yeah, one of the other differences
The
is that
intelligence, yeah.
is Ross is like Abomination. He's immediately aware of what's going on and he's in control.
That's true too.
So
You're right.
that's another foil because, and that's
Yeah, I
another
guess you're right.
reason that you can make the Hulk's role in the MCU even better because he's already doubting himself
right
as a hero. Now you introduce someone who's just as strong as you are
and doing it better.
and can control it. That
Yeah,
gives you
that's
a
fair.
good dynamic to use later for whenever Red Hulk maybe decides to be an asshole, which he's done in the past.
Oh,
You
yeah.
mean Thunderbolt?
to give Hulk a reason to actually be a
You know,
hero again.
I've told you guys what bothers me the most about Red Hulk, right?
The
That he's
hotter he
red?
gets.
No, that his mustache doesn't transform when
They're
Uh,
gonna keep the mustache, and they've changed it in the comics. He's now having the mustache.
That's
when
so
he transforms
bad.
into Red
Yes, he has the
Hulk.
mustache.
Yes,
I don't want the mustache.
but it makes sense.
It makes
It does
sense,
make
but
sense.
it looks so weird.
I
No.
don't care. No, I want
No.
Red Hulk. With
It's
a
like your
mustache.
Red Hulk Stalin over there.
I'm okay with this.
I don't want a Stalin Hulk. Stall Hulk.
Man,
I don't want that. Anyway,
Joseph Hulkin.
one of the things that I really wanted to talk about today was Guardians 2
Yes.
Yes.
because, like I said, James Gunn's finished his first draft.
Uh-huh.
Some people now know who is the daddy of the Star-Lord. Those people being
No,
the Gunn brothers, Michael Rooker, who plays John Doe, Chris Pratt, and I think Kevin Feige. Like they
Oh.
know
the only
who
one
are
for
the
sure that
father.
I know that had a positive, like the only reaction I've heard was
Chris
Chris Pratt crying.
Yeah.
little baby.
I really want to know like who it is. that
Says
can
the
make
man
him
who cried
cry.
during all of Winter Soldier.
That's because it's such an emotional film. Anyway,
Guardians 2 might be. You never know.
I hope it is because this is the thing. This is what I want to talk about. We know that the daddy thing is going to play kind of big into this.
Sure.
And it's not just that. Also, we've also heard that the father theme is prevalent throughout the entire script.
Okay.
So this is because we know that there's also going to be like 2 new members of Guardians, supposedly.
Right.
There's going to be at least 2 new members. There's going to be one new
Cosmo?
member on the
Warlock?
Guardians team. They said they're not going to use Cosmo. James Gunn said it's too difficult to do
A
two
rocket-
anamorphic characters in the same. I know
Anthropomorphic.
anthropomorphic. I'm trying to get there.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
Also, the fact that Rocket could be completely CGI'd from a character, but you can't have someone like CG like green screen a dog. You'd have to have a dog be trained to do
Why?
the work, because it's different for somebody that's just like standing like on his knees playing Rocket. The other guy would have to be like on all fours,
Oh, well, okay. I see. What
like
you
a
mean.
cat
So
playing
you're saying
mocap.
they can't mocap?
They can't
Yeah,
mocap.
got
It'd
it.
have to be a dog,
I see.
or it'd be completely CGI. In that place, it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
Adam
that's good.
Warlock?
They did it with Homeward Bound.
See, here's
Check
what I
out
wanted
well.
to talk about is who we think, because right now, what we know of two new characters at the very least. One of them being the father of Star-Lord,
Right.
and the other one being a new Guardians member.
Right.
And James Gunn has said that he wanted to add his favorite character, and he implied it's a female, because they asked, "Well, who is he?" And he said, "I don't."
Angela?
He said, "Who would?" No, it's not gonna be Angela. I don't think it would be Angela. So here's what I wanted to kind of go over today.
I don't think, really quick, sorry, I don't think Marvel's ever going to use any of their acquired characters in any of the MCU movies.
I doubt that also.
Anyway, go ahead.
This is what I want to go over right now. Is I want to see if we can figure out who we think the two are.
Okay.
The father and the
Yeah,
female
that's what I'm
guardian.
saying. That's what's got me, because if it's
Can't be the Spartax, Jason.
no,
It's not. He said he doesn't
Yeah,
want it.
and again, it has to be someone that's going to elicit a response from the audience. So it has to be someone that we're at least familiar with in some way.
I don't think that has to be that case, because I don't think that the reveal has got to be surprising. Like, I think the character relationship is what
guess.
has to be good. Now, I have three people that I think could be his father,
Okay.
and two of them.
Tony Stark.
One of them is established in the MCU already.
Howard the Duck.
So the three that I think that it could be, and I'm gonna start with the one that's already established, is the
Yes.
Collector.
Okay.
I think that there is a case to be made that it could be him if you want to have an established character that would elicit, like you said, a response from the audience. Because
Right.
who else is going to be like, oh, I don't know who this random character is, but that's so cool. No, it's going to be
Isn't
someone
it-
that's already there.
Isn't it
Okay.
a little too Star Warsy? You know?
Why?
In Guardians, kind of Star Wars.
Collector isn't. Really, I mean, it kind of is, and
Yeah, it is.
Collector is not really the Vader of the series.
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
say.
would-
No, but I feel like he might play the Vader because isn't he billed as a villain? Kind of.
I don't think so.
He's a chaotic neutral
Yeah,
kind
he's
of character.
He's
He's
self-interested. That's it.
self-interest only, really.
It's not. You can't really call it a
Eventually,
villain.
he'll be a villain, though.
I don't.
you-
Not in
you-
the MCU. I don't think.
No.
I don't think you're ever
I
going to see him
think
to the villain
that you'll
role.
only ever going to see him as as a pawn being used by a villain, maybe,
Yeah.
but only he's not going to be a villain himself.
Yeah, exactly.
But what I'm thinking, like, it could be the Collector, because again, established character. He's ancient being because he's an eternal.
Right.
So you could do that. What I would like to see is Michael
Just
Korvac.
Feels weird to me for some reason.
Korvac, really?
I would like to see it be Michael Korvac, because she
Why?
mentioned. I'm getting there.
Okay.
She mentioned the mother mentioned about like this being of energy, like this light. Like he was like an angel made of light.
right.
So kind of fits with Michael Korvac, the whole energy form thing.
Okay.
Michael Korvac is an ancient being that they
Mhm.
mentioned him having some kind of ancient unknown type of DNA in him that would fit that well. And plus, I really think that Michael Korvac is a very good villain for not only the Guardians, but also the Avengers and the whole MCU in general.
Mhm.
So having him be tied to a Guardian makes him immediately more interesting than he was in the books already.
But we know. Do you really think they're going to make his dad a villain?
I think so.
Really?
I do. Because even Yondu said that guy's an asshole.
Yeah, but that's Yondu.
That's true. But I'm saying the best way
But if
to
he
but
thinks
he
he's an
said like he
asshole.
was uptight.
That's like saying
Like
the
another-
criminal called the cop that arrested him an asshole. I mean,
but I'm saying, but the thing is, to me, the idea of a perfect relationship between a hero and a villain
sure.
is to give them a real relationship, like
Right.
Loki and Thor being brothers.
Yeah.
If you want to make your Guardians 2 villain
Mhm.
be a great, memorable villain,
Right.
make him the father of Peter Quill.
And where Peter's like, I don't know if I can beat him.
Why is every Marvel villain though, pretty much besides Incredible Hulk, related or best friends with somebody in
Because
the movie?
it's normally the more interesting path to take, in
I
my
mean,
opinion.
I
Ronan
understand, but it's
wasn't-
pretty much
Ronan wasn't.
Okay, Ronan wasn't, Incredible Hulk wasn't, and
Malekith wasn't.
I really want
Who?
to talk
Malekith.
about how
Okay,
Yeah.
no, I forgot about Thor's. Yeah,
And then Captain America, like
Red Skull,
Bucky.
but Red Skull
But
wasn't.
yeah, whatever.
yeah,
He's like, yeah, whatever.
They're related.
Iron
No,
Man,
they're
Iron
not
Man,
at all.
Iron
Oh,
Man, Killian wasn't related at all.
yeah. Neither was.
No, but he was a personal family friend. I mean, that's
Not
a
Killian.
person. No, not Killian. Yeah, the other
You're
guy.
talking about
We're
Obadiah.
talking about Stain. Yeah.
but
Yeah, talking about the Iron Man movies,
whatever.
Obadiah Stane was the best villain.
to tie
Yeah.
stories.
I
all I'm
really like
saying.
Justin Hammer.
I don't really consider him a villain.
I
though.
know he's not really a true villain, but I still like him. Anyway,
Whiplash was the villain, really.
so kind of yeah.
The combat
I want
villain.
my
Anyway.
blood.
I want my boy.
But so yeah, so that was my
Quarterback,
second idea.
collector.
Okay.
My third idea, which I think is probably the most likely, and I think someone's already brought it up before,
Okay.
is Star Fox.
Do a barrel roll.
Star
Anyway.
Fox?
Star
Press
Fox.
RR to roll.
I think that Star Fox
Yeah.
it would. This is why.
I don't know who Star Fox is.
You know who Star Fox is?
Super,
He's an
but
Avenger.
then again, fucking.
He's an Avenger.
Guardians are obscure, so
He's an Avenger.
yeah.
But he's obscure. Didn't we try to?
So
nail
were
down-
Guardians. Guardians were also obscure.
No one knew who Rocket Raccoon was outside of comic fans before this.
Yeah.
Same thing with Star
Right,
Fox.
but
Nah,
at
if you
least
play
like,
Marvel vs. Capcom, he was in it.
Oh, shut
yeah,
up.
but at
He
least
was.
Yeah, he was.
To
We
be
were
honest.
prepped for Guardians because they've been featured on a lot of cartoons.
No, they weren't. Not before the movie.
Yeah, they were.
Avengers,
They were
Mightiest
in one.
Heroes.
They were on Avengers Mightiest Heroes. They were on Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ultimate Spider-Man didn't come out before Guardians, did it? They weren't in it before Guardians.
Pretty sure, dude.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, because it was played by Michael Clark Duncan, who died before. Groot was played by Michael Clark Duncan, who died before
I don't remember
Guardians.
this at
Guardians came
all.
out.
Yeah, and
Remember, Guardians
And
came out
also- I
last
remember that
year.
As a matter of fact, in the
No, it didn't. Yeah, it did. Okay.
in the credits for that episode, it even says in memory of Michael Clark Duncan, he was Groot.
also
You're right. You're not wrong.
also this
You're just
is
an
like
asshole.
extremely obscure for me, and I like read quite a bit. And he's telling me it's obscure, and for him to say that because he knows quite a bit of people. I mean, he just,
I just like
schooled me.
I just like obscure characters.
Yeah, you just schooled me on Alejandra, which is the
Oh,
female,
she's so cool.
a female ghostwriter who's like super badass. So it's like I have no idea who this is. I'm leaning more towards your collector theory because at least
But see,
we've seen
let
him.
me explain my Star Fox theory real quick
Yes,
because I just said
explain
his
Star
name and you
Fox.
go going into it. Star Fox. The reason I think it'd be a really cool thing for Star Fox. First thing, he's an Avenger,
Yes.
right? So that's an automatic.
Not
tie-in.
yet,
In the comics.
That's
he's an
not what I'm
Avenger.
saying.
but we've
He's-
already established in the
Oh
MCU
my
that
God,
it's separate.
That's not what I'm saying, though. I understand that it's a separate thing, but I'm saying for fans of the Avengers, for comic fans of the Avengers that remember the heydays of the 60s and 70s where Star Fox was very prevalent,
Mhm.
that makes sense for them. Star Fox is also a known womanizer, and one of his powers is that he elicits basically attraction to him.
Now I have a question. Don't you feel like we're throwing too many of those characters into the MCU at once if they do that?
What do you mean?
Doesn't Purple Man do something similar?
Yeah, but it's a different medium. And I think
guess.
that it's
I
gonna
see
be
where he's going with the whole persuasion thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
Peter
Pelvic
Quill's-
sorcery.
Uh-huh.
Pelvic sorcery. She said it. She said it. Pelvic sorcery. And that's literally a power of Star Fox. I'm just saying.
Well, not literally.
Well, I
but-
mean, it's the same thing. It's just phrased
he
differently.
doesn't do it with his pelvis specifically, though.
Well, he does do it with his pelvis, but that's a different thing.
Can I refute your point about the whole, oh, he was an Avenger of the 60s and 70s? Marvel isn't making movies for those people. Marvel's making movies for kids.
that's inaccurate as fuck, though.
No, but-
because they're making the movie, sure, but the point is they are considering the old fans.
What-
The fact that they made a Guardians of the Galaxy movie is proof that they're
But
considering.
Adrian, who were those comic books made in the 70s for? Kids. So they can reuse those stories,
Yeah.
or reuse those characters.
I mean, the whole
kids
reason that
haven't. The
Loki-
kids have
I'm-
changed, obviously.
No, but what?
I mean,
no.
my
But he's refuting.
no,
the
I know
point-
what he's saying. That they're not making it for people that are older, like 50 and
But
60.
he's refuting the point that Garrett says that them using Star Fox is a way to like bring in the old Avengers crowd. You get me?
Oh,
But again, that's the whole point. That's why these movies have been so successful, and in my opinion, why the Warner Brothers movies
Are not yet.
have not yet is because Marvel's making their movies for everybody. They're not targeting it to kids.
most people
They're
didn't know what
targeting it
Vision
to
was.
everybody.
Most people didn't. I went to a
Meanwhile-
theater. No one made a sound. It was completely packed. No one made a sound when Vision showed
I mean,
up.
let's be honest. Before Thor was a movie, you'd be hard pressed to find people that knew who Thor was as a character. Like they would have been like, you mean the Norse God of Thunder? If they knew him at all.
Yeah.
So Star Fox would not be the first obscure character that Marvel uses in a prominent role.
Granted, my problem is when I feel that James Gunn wouldn't be able to pull it off, which is bring in a new character, make him sympathetic, and then do it. Because I've already seen he couldn't do that with Ronan. Ronan, I felt
I don't think we
was
were supposed to sympathize.
The
with
movie
Ronan.
wasn't about
no,
Ronan,
but we
no.
couldn't even. I couldn't even understand why he was doing half the crap he was
I could.
doing.
Well,
It was
because
pretty-
he
He was a religious zealot. That's what
Yeah.
he was. Like
And-
that's the point.
Zealot.
That's it,
Garrett.
though. Like there was
Whatever.
no,
he says a lot
But
of
that's
weird
all
tweets.
it's-
I know.
Shut your faces, man.
there was no development for him.
But that's
I
not the
felt
point of the
nothing
movie.
for him.
The point of the movie is not to develop Ronan. The point of the movie is to present Ronan as a challenge for your characters who you're developing, which are the 5 core.
Ronan
characters.
was a
right,
gun.
but my
They had to introduce
no, but
everybody.
My growing problem with Marvel is that they keep giving me villains and not doing anything.
Like
with them.
what?
Malekith
he was
had nothing, no personality, no character development. Curse did more damage to Thor than Malekith.
I don't know about all that. But the point
Then
is,
we have Red Skull, who was basically a montage.
I thought they developed Red
I
Skull
thought they
fairly
did great
well.
with Red Skull,
yeah, I
personally.
thought it was really cool.
They
You
showed him abandoning the Nazi regime. They showed him, the way he talked to Zola and the way he talked to Steve when they were on the
Not to mention they
crosswalk.
gave
Yeah,
plenty of
that was
background to
Yeah,
what he
but
is
like-
as a
the
character.
catwalk,
the
the
catwalk.
crosswalk.
The catwalk.
yeah, I did say crosswalk, didn't I? I meant catwalk.
The
You're right.
catwalk. The catwalk.
Then
Catwalk.
Oh my
Then
god,
I have
Captain America. No.
He's a G.
I like that one.
then I have Whiplash. Then I have
Whiplash is
They
admittedly
tried
bad.
to develop Whiplash, but it was just he's a stupid character.
That's
Then
true.
I had.
It would have been better just using him
Mandarin.
as Dynamo.
Mhm.
Well, Mandarin.
Exactly.
If you watch the one shot, he's back. He's coming back, man.
Well, yeah, it
The
wasn't
real Mandarin. took
Mandarin
him.
is not the villain,
Right,
yeah.
they had to kind of fix it.
Okay.
Which I don't think they had to, but I mean, fanboys.
I really am
disagree.
glad they
I'm glad
fixed
they did.
I
I'm
don't want
really
the,
glad.
So-
I don't want Mandarin in
And
this
then you
series.
see
So,
Justin
Adrian,
Hammer
what,
as a-
what superhero or movie franchise consistently does villains super well? Then, in your opinion,
Okay, the three movies I picked without Guardians, Winter Soldier.
no.
and
I'm talking
Incredible-
about in anything that can do movies can do villains as well as
He's
this.
saying
'cause,
a
I mean,
franchise, not just a movie.
A
They're saying
franchise?
like can have like so many different villains and them all hit like that. That's very hard to do.
Yeah.
Like
I
think
mean,
about even
it's
Star Wars.
It's remarkable
Ricky,
that
you
they've
got
done it with
Vader.
Ricky.
Yeah, see, but
Hold on, Ricky. I can't compare this to anybody else because this is the first shared universe.
No, I
I've ever
understand.
had.
I understand, but I'm saying like throughout like Star Trek, even like some villains are better than other villains, and some of them are more memorable than others. I imagine. And I mean,
No,
just
there-
throughout,
there's very
other-
few truly. That was the one thing I will say. I'm a Trekkie fan. There is very few memorable named villains in Star Trek that catch your eye. There's Khan, Gary Mitchell, maybe for some
Q.
people, like the old lovers of the show are going to be Gary Mitchell, Q. But there's
even
not a
then,
lot of.
Q's not
like,
always a villain.
you have the
The
Batman
Borg
series.
Queen, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
You have the
but
Batman
but
series.
other than that, like
Like,
everyone else,
even
is
the
just, like,
ones in the
nameless.
early '90s, they weren't all the villains weren't good in that. I mean, you had some decent ones.
Jack Nicholson had
He was
quite
good.
a bit of character development.
No, he didn't. He had no character development, none whatsoever.
He literally fell
What are
in.
you talking about?
He
I
fell
thought-
Mob
in the
boss
thing.
falls in, he's a Joker. That's it. Like Mob Enforcer. I'm sorry, he didn't really have any development.
But we already when
It's hard to
He
do
had just
consistent
as much
villains
as
well.
Malekith did.
how long is
I think
this
he was
show?
just a-
Because
I think he was
James
just a
and I are
better
going to argue
character.
for an
I just
hour.
wonder where
No.
where the bar was set with this villain thing that they all have to be like
Yeah.
Joker from Dark Knight. I mean, like I understand he was. I mean, I'm not saying it's just what you're
Shit,
talking
see,
about or
Penguin
anything.
had development. Penguin had character development in the original movies.
It's true.
I mean, you don't have to have character development to be a good villain. Like, I think
I
that's
agree.
where you guys are getting this little thing with Nicholson. Nicholson was a good
He
villain,
was a great villain.
but he didn't have a lot of development because he stayed the same the whole way through,
Yeah.
which isn't a bad thing. It's just you have to be a very good character for that to work, which
For
is what
me-
Nicholas did.
For me, a villain
Nicholson.
fails
Nicholas.
when I don't understand, when I don't see his reason,
Uh-huh.
or if I don't find him sympathetic, or if at the very most I don't feel any
But
emotion.
Joker
from him.
has no reason.
But who are
But
you talking about? Who are you
but I
putting at that
actually
top?
Saw, no.
Who are you
In Dark
putting at the
Knight,
top?
I actually saw his reasoning.
Well,
But-
yeah, but that's why I feel like the Dark Knight was also an inferior Joker.
And I also saw the reasoning for Jack Nicholson because he wanted to fucking. Look at me.
So who are you putting? Who are you putting up
wanted-
there? Who are you putting up there? like, top
Language.
villain like that. That
That's not gonna
Marvel
work.
needs to be
For
looked up
MCU?
to. No, that Marvel needs
In
to look
comic
up to.
book movies.
Just
Yeah, or
in
anything.
general,
Yeah.
what would you say is the bar they want to be set? Is what he's saying.
Ozymandias from Watchmen.
I'm not having this argument again. I'm not doing this again.
Dude,
He wasn't the villain. Screw you
He
guys.
was totally
No, he was the
villain.
hero, and that's
was
the
the
great
hero.
thing
He's
about
the
it.
thing is, I think
That's
the great thing.
about
I think the
it.
great thing about him, and I don't care if you disagree or not. I think the great thing about him is that there are in that series there are no heroes and there are
Yeah,
no
no, that's
villains.
true.
what it is, there is a role of the villain, which is what
It's
Ozzy
flawed
played.
people
Yeah.
doing their best.
And that's the thing is that's what makes it so great. And that's the reason we can have these arguments, because if you agree with Ozzy, he's the hero for you. But if you don't, he's the villain for you. He played the role of the villain in the story, but
Mm.
that was to do what he
He
thought
played
was
the role of
better.
the antagonist.
That's fair. That's fair. I think that's the fair point.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is like that type of series, there's no true villain in that
Yeah.
sense.
I
Right.
agree.
I'm just hoping for MCU down the line that I get to see maybe more.
But see, that's what we're saying. Like, again, we're asking you to name a villain, which again, Ozymandias was a great
I
antagonist.
named two.
who?
In,
Ozymandias.
no,
and,
and no, in MCU, I named two that were done very well.
sure.
Abomination and Ironmonger. I felt those two were really
Really?
good villains.
I actually really like the Ironmonger.
I thought, don't get me wrong, I
He
thought Obadiah
ruined
Stane was
Stark.
sure, but is that really character development?
All right, so then we got another good one, obviously.
But
Yeah,
again,
Loki,
there's,
which we
I
already
think
talked
there's a
about.
difference between
He also
character
delivered that
development.
really great line. Tony Stark.
See, I'll
built
give you,
this in a cave."
I will give you an example of great character development, despite the fact that I hate the way they made his character look. And this isn't MCU, but Willem Dafoe's
Goblin,
was
yeah.
great.
That's good development, yeah.
That was great
I
development.
wasn't even thinking that, and that's a great suggestion.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe's development. Because I mean, even though Alfred Molina, in my opinion, was a great Doc Ock, there wasn't really much development there.
No.
Also, I hated
Willem
his
Dafoe had plenty of development.
Also,
Mhm.
I hated the full circle thing that Doc Ock did. In Spider-Man
Whatever. That
2.
didn't bother me. I don't know why that bothered me.
Because
so
you
much.
liked William Dafoe in the very beginning because he was really nice to Peter.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But I mean, like that's what I'm saying is I don't think the MCU, and I know that this is something that here they're going to be criticized for a while now, is that the MCU doesn't prioritize villains; they prioritize the heroes.
Yeah.
And I think that's a conscious decision they have made because you can't look at some of these movies, like especially with Guardians. You have 5 main characters that are being introduced that you have never seen before. No one gives a shit about these characters when you go into this movie. You not only have to develop every single one of them, put them into a team, and make them love each other and make you love them.
Yep.
There's not a lot of room for Ronan to get development there.
Or Nebula.
I mean, no one got really development
Who-
outside
let,
of
Let's
that.
be real
We-
here. Who cares? Like, did Nebula really need to get developed? She's a secondary character.
And I mean,
No,
we don't,
but
her only-
I'm going with his point.
Yeah, but I'm saying she was a utilitarian character. The
Right.
only reason she was there is to put her against
Gamora.
Gamora.
Which again,
That's
I
it.
think that's the same with Ronan. The only reason he's
Yeah.
there is to put him against the
yeah,
Guardians to give them a
they,
threat.
They were weapons. They were guns.
But I understand that. I'm just saying
Uh-huh.
that what I would like.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. And the
I think, but I
I
think
what-
forgot how we
the-
got.
But I
to
mean,
this.
what I'm
Starfox.
saying
Because
is,
the point
Oh,
that-
because
there's-
of Starfox.
they have had a lot of good villains
Yeah.
and everything. It's just hard to constantly be hitting on Loki's. Like I have criticized them
feel-
for
I don't
this.
even think Loki's
I
that
mean, or
good.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who's
I
going to
think
continue
he's a
being
great
on.
character.
He's an okay character.
I think he's a great character.
He's
I think I love
okay,
him.
and he's been overdeveloped. He's had 3 movies.
So is Thor.
He sounds so
So
sad
is
and
Cap.
defeated.
So
I
is
know.
Iron Man. I mean,
No, it's like I'm tired of him.
So wait,
I'm kind of tired of.
it's
Loki.
just it's weird to me that you're complaining about Marvel lacking villains, and then you complain about their one really good villain.
They just don't have
Like,
any.
no.
they're in any
No.
more in one movie.
Notice who I said the really good villains are.
I understand who you said
Ironmonger
that.
and
I get you.
Abomination.
I get you.
And yet Ironmonger's dead, and Abomination, according to Agents of Shield,
is
he's-
locked up
yes, locked up in the Arctic.
where he should be.
You know what I'm hoping for? Baron Zemo.
That he's great.
That he brings Masters of Evil.
I don't think he'll ever bring the Master.
He'll be around as long
what I
as Strucker.
what I think you might. I think what you might
Yeah, right.
see from Zemo.
That was super disappointing, by the
The
way.
what?
Strucker.
Oh my God!
We're
yes.
getting off topic real quick. Here.
No, yes, I've been arguing that since I first saw Age
It's
of
true.
Ultron.
They-
Which I told him he can't be dead. You can't just
He's-
all of a
no,
sudden
he's
just
dead.
ruin
Yeah, he's
Hydra.
dead.
I don't
understand that,
but
he's
it doesn't
dead, but
ruin
I
him
hate
to
the
me.
fact that he's dead.
Yeah.
like to me it doesn't ruin him, and to me Strucker's never been the best Hydra villain anyway.
I liked
I've
Strucker,
always
though.
liked Zemo and Red Skull way more than Strucker. Like I get that you guys want to see more Strucker, and I think that I kind of agree with that. I want to see more
I'm so
of characters
stupid.
to be doing stuff and things like that. But I just don't.
I have one hope: Ulysses Claw in Black Panther. is
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be really good because Andy Serkis.
Oh yeah.
But then I said the same thing about Hugo Weaving as Red Skull.
I thought he was
I
great.
liked Hugo
He was
Weaving as
good,
Red
dude.
Skull. So wait, that we were going to talk about that. And we didn't mention it. What is it that you didn't like about Hugo as Red Skull?
He felt hollow. He felt like because Red Skull. Whenever I read Red Skull,
Sure.
I just feel this overall menacing force
But
that
he's
he
always felt
already
too Joker to
beat
me.
you. He already beat you, and you're already playing into his hand.
Uh huh.
Hugo did not display that at all. Sure, you can make the argument that Hugo hated it mid-production and he just shoehorned in everything, because you could kind of see like there's some scenes where he's like more boisterous, and then others he's like,
Well, that's part of the character that when he just played, like when he would go back and forth between as a calm gentleman who just, I'm here existing, and then when he would go into like, no, he would just go straight up Hitler mode. But
No, I mean,
I
even
didn't
in
feel
the,
like it felt shoehorned at all.
I liked it.
I didn't.
I thought that was
I thought
actually
he
the
was
only
good all
part
the
of the
way
movie
through.
I really enjoyed, because I mean the Captain America scenes were really montages, and yeah, he did.
that's something I really hated about First Avenger.
The montages were the best part of that movie.
here's the thing, though,
I
like
just don't like
love
a
that.
montage.
they couldn't sit there and go through 12 years of Captain America's career and still have time for the rest of a movie.
True, but we barely got action until the end,
I
which
thought
is
we had plenty of action. in that movie.
Montage
which
was a
is
lot of
the,
action. It was like
Montage was
five
a lot.
minutes
that's
of
the
action.
thing. The montage were like snippets of action. It was like Godzilla all over
It's
again,
the
where
parts
you
I wanted
see
to
the
see.
Godzilla fight on the TV and the kid changes the channel. I'm like, no, give me more. Why? I'm not interested in Sesame Street.
That's the point.
That is the
No!
point, is to make you want more.
There was a lot of Tommy Lee Jones in that movie too.
I'm
love
fine with Tommy Lee Jones. I'm fine.
I love that entire movie. Like, I really enjoy that movie. It's one of my favorites of the first phase.
I'm not gonna lie, I was
No, I like it
underwhelmed.
too. I'm talking about its flaws. That's all.
I mean, yeah, every movie has flaws, and I think
Yeah.
that's fine. I just don't think that Red Skull. This is the thing.
Hold on. Every movie has flaws. False. Terminator 2.
I have never watched a Terminator
Godfather
movie.
Part 1.
He doesn't like time travel.
Godfather Part 2.
I have never.
them,
I
yeah.
think Godfather has flaws, but that's
But you've
different.
never seen him, so what the fuck
I-
do you know about it?
That's fair. You know what? I ain't even gonna say
Sorry.
anything to that. I ain't even gonna say anything to that. That's not even the case anymore. I'm moving on. I'm saying the thing that I feel like with the first Avenger, like I feel like the biggest problem that movie had was not that Red Skull is a character. It was the way that they dealt with the end of Red Skull.
Yeah, exactly.
Because to
Okay.
me, if Red Skull ever comes back, he's never gonna feel like the arch villain of Cap. Because like if I'm Red Skull and that's how I lost this fight, I wouldn't blame Captain America for that. Because Captain America didn't really do much. We fought a little bit, and then I picked something up that shooed me away to space. Like, Cap didn't defeat me; I
Yeah.
defeated myself. And so, if I come back, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, that thing, whatever." Like, I would never feel like that kind of connection between them if they do him again.
right.
And that's why I feel like I wish I would have had Captain America actually beat the Red Skull
Yeah.
in the movie.
That's a
That is my
brilliant,
complaint.
That's a brilliant question. I want to ask everyone here: will Red Skull ever come back?
No,
No.
Hugo Weaving already said he doesn't want to do it. So
Well, but they could use someone else.
Recasting.
could,
I
but
mean, we've already seen
I
with
don't-
Norton and
I don't
Ruffalo.
like that.
Especially since he's got prosthetics on. Like, you could even make him look the same. It really doesn't matter.
I guess I don't know.
But no, I don't see them bringing the
I don't
character
think
back.
his work.
They've got too much shit to do.
I think Zemo is. If they keep Zemo around, he's plenty of
Yeah.
the Hydra villain for you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't really need Red Skull.
Zemo's cool.
Is Hydra then?
Hydra's not done. Zemo's alive. As long as there is a head, they're alive.
No, Ward.
Ward isn't Hydra.
No,
Ward's the
Ward
head
is
from
Hydra.
No, he's
Shield.
not.
Yeah, he in the last episode he didn't become. He became the new head of Hydra in the last episode.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Which is fine, but I think that you've had in the comic books plenty of instances where there's been multiple heads of Hydra.
Which I felt kind
So-
of bad because I was really excited about your Taskmaster theory, and then
You don't know. You don't know if
Right.
you don't know. It could happen. Taskmaster's worked for Hydra before,
yeah, he's
That's
worked for
so-
everyone before.
so I'm just saying it could still
He's a
happen.
bit of a whore.
It could still happen. The point being is I think that you're going to have plenty to do with Zemo. If you want to use Hydra, don't kill Zemo. Keep him around, and you've got a head of Hydra for as long as you want. Plus, if the Thunderbolts rumor is true, Zemo is in some instances part of the Thunderbolts. So that's another player you can put into Thunderbolts.
Ricky, didn't you want to talk about the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen reboot?
No, I mean I just wanted to bring it up. I really don't know anything about it. Honestly,
Is
I really
anybody
enjoy that.
genuinely excited about Fox tackling it
I mean,
again?
I'm just excited because the movie's happening and because I feel like recently Fox has kind of gotten on track, at least with like their superhero comic booky stuff.
okay, we've gotten
So
two.
I'm-
We've gotten two good X-Men movies.
I think we've
I-
gotten three, really, if you include the Wolverine.
Hmm.
First
Wolverine
class.
Wolverine was okay.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was one of the best X-Men franchise films outside of
The future.
Days
Past.
of Future's Past and X2.
Maybe.
Like I would put it up there with First
I have
Class.
to watch it again.
I loved it.
Never seen it.
Katana's in it.
Really?
It's so good.
I haven't seen it.
Katana's not.
I haven't had a
Marvel
chance.
character.
No, I know
the
she's
chick
not.
that
I'm
plays
talking about the chick
Katana
who
is
plays
in the
Katana.
Oh,
movie.
I was like,
She's also in Game of Thrones
You
because I'm
changed
catching
those
up on
what's
Game
up.
of Thrones now.
Oh my god,
That'd be
where are
fine.
you by?
We just saw episode 3. Calm down.
Calm down.
But yeah,
I
and-
got caught off.
but yeah, she's in that too. She's the priestess.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
That's
What is
true.
this bitch is in everything?
the redheaded one?
No,
No, that's a different.
the same god, but different priest, different character.
Oh.
Anyway,
All right.
so what?
We were talking about Star Fox, and then we got
Yeah.
so off track. I still think Star Fox would be great because Star Fox is an awesome character.
He is cool.
And he's an ancient being, and he fits the description of being an
What
asshole.
are they gonna do with his costume?
You could make the costume work. I still think that
Look how much they changed Yondu.
that's true.
Well, yeah, but that Yondu's not even the same character.
Did he
in the
even have
comic.
his whistle thing? I heard he didn't even have that.
He did have the whistle thing.
He did.
The thing is, in
But
the
he
comic
actually
books,
had a
in the
bow.
comics? He has a bow and arrow.
and he
Okay.
controls the arrow through whistles still, but he shoots them from the bow. He doesn't just like
Surprised he shoot him then.
from the
because
bow.
And what-
the whistle doesn't make it go forward. The whistle turns it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a steering.
All right.
That's
So
Star
so
Fox.
that's what they do.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think he's awesome.
He is awesome. Super powerful too.
He is. He was one of the most powerful Avengers. He is in, and this is another reason why I think Star Fox is going to be in it.
Yeah, he's like a Thor beater.
Mm.
And he's a cosmic. He's the brother of Thanos. That's
Yeah.
another reason to use it because that means
It's
that
true.
the Thanos is the uncle of Peter Quill at that point.
Oh my god.
Yep.
That was why. That's another reason to use it, and that makes
But
a
then-
conflict between Thanos and Star Fox
Wait,
happen.
wait, didn't that
which is
make
awesome.
Gamora and him kind of like
Well,
incest?
Gamora's adopted.
No, Gamora's
adopted.
not really his daughter. He just collects girls and calls them his daughter.
And this
Still,
is another thing
would
that
you
I
be
really,
screwing your stepsister?
She's not really his daughter in
Excuse
any
me,
way.
But when it's Zoe
He calls
Saldana
them
in
that.
green makeup, I would.
And here's another.
point.
And here's another thing about why I want Star Fox to be.
They're just trying to make it like Game of Thrones. Marvel's just trying to.
Oh wow,
Man.
Ricky. No, but again, remember,
I'll be the
that's
King
just
Slayer
him
tonight.
That's just him calling these women,
Right,
these
right,
girls,
right.
his daughters.
Yeah, I know.
Gamora obviously never considered herself his daughter.
Doesn't
Right.
Darkseid do something similar?
What do you mean?
I mean, he kind of
Doesn't
does that
he
with
Yeah,
the new
collect,
gods.
yeah, to his daughters and all that.
And
yeah.
see, so here's another thing also that I want to point out that with the whole father being the theme thing,
Yes,
we know we're getting a new Guardian.
yes.
We are pretty sure she's a female.
Uh-huh.
Good money would go down on like Quasar, but I think Moondragon.
Oh, Moondragon would be awesome.
Because not only is Moondragon a female, not only is she a lesbian, so that checking off boxes all the way down, she's also the daughter
Minority
of Drax.
checklist.
The
She's
daughter
also
of
the
Drax.
daughter of Drax the
Yep.
Destroyer. So there's another father theme with that character. The daughter that he lost, they get killed by Ronan when really Thanos just took her and raised her as a new daughter. How great would that be? I'm just saying.
And
I
it
know.
would add more to Drax hating Thanos.
It would.
Yes, it would.
And we already saw, like, I gotta say, I was impressed with Batista's.
Dude, are you
Drax.
kidding me? But that was probably the most impressive performance of that movie.
It was pretty awesome.
Really? You're
Yeah.
putting him over Quill?
I think it was the
Only
most
because-
impressive because he wasn't an actor.
Yeah, only
It
because
was
like
an impressive
I've
thing.
watched off Parks and Rec, and I knew that Chris Pratt is just a great actor who can bring the charm. I knew that already.
This is okay. I'm sorry. This is just a completely, totally separate thing.
Yes.
This is a Park and Recs thing. Did you know? And this is an interview with one of the writers. The writers almost hate Chris Pratt because
Yes.
one of the funniest lines in the series was improvised by Chris Pratt, and as a writer, they hate that. And the
I
line was,
put your symptoms into this little bar
Oh, yeah.
on top, and it says you might have internet connectivity issues. When Leslie Knope was sick, it was
the
great.
greatest line ever, and then just more
Yep.
reason to love Chris Pratt.
Yep.
Anyway, keep going.
But anyway, so the point is that so I knew that about Chris Pratt. I knew he was going to bring the charm. I knew he was going to bring the funny. Didn't surprise me. But Batista bringing the funny, that surprised me. Batista bringing the holy shit, I like sympathize for this guy. That surprised me. So yeah, I would definitely say he's the most surprising.
Nothing goes over my
performance.
head.
Yeah.
My reflexes are too fast.
I am not a
I would catch
princess.
it.
Hopefully, the next wrestler is gonna be in a movie. Sheamus can do just as well.
Oh my god, I
Rocksteady.
forgot he's Rocksteady.
Bebop and Rocksteady.
I know that's so weird to me.
Okay, so they have Baxter Stockman,
Same as-
maybe Krang, Kira.
We have nothing to believe that Krang is in the movie.
What they're thinking about it. I heard.
I don't know.
The rumor was that he was in there, but we do have Bebop,
We have
Rocksteady,
Bebop, Rocksteady,
Shredder, his daughter, and Baxter Stockman.
Yeah.
right,
and then maybe Krang.
and then
That's
Casey Jones
ridiculous.
adding
Ridiculous.
adding to
and then
the.
Casey Jones.
So it's
This
gonna be a
looks
lot.
like it's going to be a dumpster fire. I'm not going to lie.
It's gonna be-
I'm excited for it because I
Hopefully
just
it's as
like
good
Ninja
as the
Turtles,
first
but
one.
whatever.
But anyway,
I love the first
shit.
one.
I enjoyed it.
Did?
It's
We've
fun
had this
popcorn
discussion
flicks.
before. They both liked it.
I didn't think it's a good movie. I just think it was
but
enjoyable.
I hated it
Yeah.
because I'm a Ninja Turtles fan. I hated it.
I liked it 'cause it was-
But Ricky's a Ninja Turtles fan.
I don't care what it is. I'll just love everything that have them on there for the most part. My least favorite thing of theirs was probably this new movie. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I even like the third movie
I
when they go
love
back
the
in
third
time.
movie.
Like it doesn't bother me at
I
all.
really like the third movie.
I
What's his
love
name?
all the old movies.
Jorah Mormont.
Yes.
He said that. So amazing.
Anyway, and honestly, another performance surprised me only because since we're talking about Guardians, was honestly Bradley Cooper.
I
Because
didn't know about him.
most of the time when you hire an actor to do the voice of a character, it's because you want that character to have that actor's voice or that actor's personality. No, Bradley Cooper came up with something totally different.
Yeah,
for
he was
Rocket.
awesome.
I couldn't even tell it was him except for one line in that whole movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's the only time I heard Bradley Cooper. Other than that, it was a completely original character, which was great.
I did enjoy that.
But yeah, that
Rocket's
surprised me.
So yeah, I think Moondragon would be a great female to use.
I'm totally down with
And
it.
it was Vin
Her
Diesel's
or-
best role.
Or Iron
Oof.
Giant was amazing.
Oh, I never watched that. So
You've never seen Iron Giant?
No.
This kid over
Ricky.
here yelling at me for not watching Godfather, and he hasn't even seen the Iron Giant. Like, what the hell, bro?
what the hell? You're gonna put Godfather? You're gonna put
I
Godfather on
am gonna
blast like
put
that?
I am gonna put Iron Giant up next to Godfather.
To be
'cause
fair, Iron Giant really is one of the best animated
it
feature
is
films of all time.
fantastic.
I
It really
understand. One has Marlon Brando and Al Pacino.
And the other one has Vin Diesel.
exactly.
Yeah, but
No,
one
but
of them
So,
was
yeah, I'll
like-
check it out. I'll check it out.
Give it a watch. It's a great animated movie.
that
They did
movie
so
that
many things
movie
well.
made me want Vin Diesel to be Vision. I'm not gonna lie, because I thought he could do a great robot voice.
Okay, so he's just as long as he's a voice, then he's great.
yeah.
It's just when he starts acting.
I think he's a fine actor, but I think he's a great actor.
Yo,
I think he's a
family.
good character actor.
Are we wrapping up this Guardians discussion?
I mean, I think so. I don't know if we're.
How did we even? Oh yeah, we
I was
did.
talking about who we would want to see there, and I gave my points, and then everyone else was like,
Did anything else happen this week? I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
Point
Spider-Man.
Break. Point Break.
What happened with Spider-Man?
What
did I miss?
6 actors.
Oh yeah, I thought that was last week.
No, it's last weekend. The
You're
weekend
right.
is
Okay.
when it came around.
Yeah.
So I'd have to pull up the list here.
I'm so pissed. I thought Asa Butterfield had it already.
Like, the thing is I think the rumor is that there's disconnect between Sony and Marvel about who to take,
Oh.
and that Ace is Marvel's guy, but they're not sure. Sony's not sure on it, so that's why they had to redo the whole people looking at it thing.
Ricky and I both agree. Point Break shouldn't be a remake. No Swayze, no Point Break.
I agree.
Didn't it just make a remake? 15
We all
years
agree we're
ago
done.
Called Fast and the Furious.
and
I mean, just
didn't they
pretty
try
much
that
the
again
same
with the-
exact movie?
didn't they try that again with Need for Speed?
There you go. Exactly. I mean, it's all it is
I agree.
cars instead of surfing. Oh my god.
No, but surfing's integral. And then they're gonna do the president's thing again.
I'm not excited about that.
No Swayze, bro. No Swayze means no movie.
So for those that don't know, the 6 that tried out over the weekend in Atlanta for the Spooderman role:
Asa Butterfield.
Asa Butterfield, Tom Holland,
Yeah.
Judah Lewis, Matthew Lintz, Charlie Plummer, and Charlie Rowe.
Bunch of nobodies, really.
It's the best though.
But I
Sign 'em forever.
But of all of them,
Slave contracts.
even though he wasn't the pick at first, but I've grown to really like the idea of Asa as
I think he'd
Peter?
be fucking fantastic.
because he's got such a baby face, but he's also 5'11".
Oh,
So
Yeah, he's tall.
Yeah,
he's
he's-
like taller than I am.
Yeah, he's like
I guess I've never seen like.
he'll be taller than
full picture of
Tony
him.
Stark and Bruce Banner.
It's not. Yeah, Tony's so short.
He wears
Even with
platforms whenever he's on
5
screen.
inches. 5 inches.
Dang.
His shoes that give him 5-inch lifts. It's crazy. Anyway,
But yeah, no, I think Ace is the best actor
Yeah.
by far on the list as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
I think he'd be fantastic.
he would be great.
So yeah, that's my choice personally.
Mhm.
Do it, Sony
I agree.
and Marvel. 'cause
what
Garrett
else
said-
are we gonna bring up?
All right. Well, I got a few things.
Sure.
Let's
I
do this.
guess.
Let's do it.
So we got a bunch of movies coming out this summer.
Yes.
So I'll just say it, a movie and then you say if you're gonna go see it or not.
By the way, really quick, I saw Spy last night.
I'm
Was it
not
good?
that excited for
It-
that movie.
It was hilarious, actually.
I hate Melissa McCarthy though.
Okay, a lot of people do, but this wasn't your typical Melissa McCarthy character. She wasn't just like fuckity fuck. I mean, she had moments where she was like that, but that's because she was playing a character that
Did she
acted
fall
that
down
way.
a lot?
Not a lot. Actually, no, she was badass. Her fight scenes in that movie were incredible.
That is something I never thought I'd ever hear.
Uh-huh. She has this fight scene where she's fighting a chick with a knife, and she has a pot, like a pan. and she's parrying the knife blows with the pan, and it's an awesome scene.
That's up there with the phrase "Rebel Wilson looked great in that bikini." I
Yeah.
never thought I'd hear that either.
Dude, trust me. Like, honestly, give the movie a watch. I took my girlfriend to go see it at the drive-in theater, and it was awesome. Awesome.
So did you really see it?
Yes, yes, we did. But no, yeah. And then actually, Jason Statham's character is actually really funny.
That's what reviews have been saying, that he should be more in comedy.
Because he plays like a spy who talks about how badass he is and how he's the best spy there. He literally fucks everything up the entire movie. He doesn't do anything right the whole time. Anyway, so you were saying, Ricky.
All right,
Fire 'em
so
off.
let's see. Jurassic World.
Yes.
Terminator.
I'll probably
Yes.
I'll probably see Jurassic
I'll
World.
probably go see Mission
What is that
Impossible.
reaction?
I've never I
Oh my
enjoyed
God, that's coming out this year.
Wait, hold on a second. What is that reaction?
I enjoyed Jurassic Park. I got over the films by Jurassic Park 2, and then I've just never enjoyed them since.
Oh.
So you
I'll see
you were
Jurassic World.
how old were you when Jurassic Park came out and you were over it by the second one?
I'm saying like recently when I have watched them.
Oh, okay,
like,
okay. I was
like
gonna
to
say,
me, this
I
is the
remember when
thing.
they came out. I'm like,
And-
what,
and
like
again-
two?
And again, the first Jurassics might be completely different from World because World's got a different concept of being a theme park in a sense. Finally,
Right.
I thought they were way too repetitive, so I was just kind of over them by the first movie.
Can I say something
get it.
about the
It's
Lost
kind of like
World?
Jaws, maybe.
Yeah, it's like the first Jaws is great. After that, I'm like, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something. I don't think Lost World deserves half the crap it gets. The second Jurassic Park, I got
Lost World was the
a
third.
T-Rex. No, there was Jurassic Park 3.
There was Jurassic
That
Park,
was
Jurassic
Lost
Park
World.
2, and then Jurassic Park: Lost World.
No,
I'm
there
pulling
was
it up right now.
Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3.
No, Adrian. The
We're about
Lost
to
World was he's
Get
pulling
ready
up.
to be wrong.
Oh, okay.
All right, so go ahead and keep talking while he's looking it up, though.
Right.
Bad radio is silence.
Adrian,
Bad.
the reason the third one was called The Lost World was because it was the other island.
Here it
No,
is.
my friend.
Here it is. Jurassic Park as a film series. Where is it at? Here, one moment. Based on Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is a media franchise. Books. Where is the list of the things? Jesus. Films. Here we are. Jurassic Park, 1993.
He's right.
He's right.
Oh,
No.
Suck it.
Hey,
Suck it.
calm down.
No, because I hate when you get really authoritative with how right you are.
Dude, we literally I made 2 comments on the
No,
thing.
but you kept going like,
All right, all right,
no,
all right.
both
Anyway,
of
what's
you.
your
Jurassic,
point?
Jurassic.
So what's your
Keep
point?
going.
Here's the thing. I got a T-Rex in San Diego attacking
yeah,
buses
that
and
was the
eating a
problem.
dog.
That was the problem with that movie.
Yeah,
No,
I didn't like that.
That was
either.
the best part of that movie.
Yeah, so
I loved it.
let's see what else we
Never
got.
mind.
Obviously, Fantastic Four were all there.
No.
I'm
I'm
watching
not,
it.
I'm not watching that.
I'm
in
watching
theaters.
it.
Really?
I am not.
I'm watching it.
The newest trailer for it actually makes it look pretty interesting.
The thing here is I want
What
this
about
movie
the
to
Thing?
fail.
He looks
so
awesome.
He does
I
it
actually
awesome.
hate the Thing in this movie because he's way too big.
All right, Ant-Man.
Thing has
What?
never been that big. of a
definitely,
character.
definitely watching Ant-Man. Definitely. watching
Yeah,
Ant-Man.
I'll go see Ant-Man.
Straight out of Compton.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're all watching it.
We're all going,
watching
yeah.
it.
I'm so there. Anyway,
Dope. You guys ever heard that movie?
I
sounds super
heard
familiar.
about it.
It's about like some kids who live in Compton who
So it's another Compton movie.
yeah. But so it takes place in the early 90s and he's like this black kid's in a punk band. He's like a big nerd.
oh, I did see the trailer for that.
Yeah, goes to he's going to a nice school and everything like that. Then he gets caught up, like his girl or something like that, is trying to date some other guy or something like that. And he's a drug dealer and has all this drugs and gets in trouble with him. I don't know. It's supposed to be really, really funny. Sundance last year. It got a lot of great acclaim. So if it's a Sundance, pretty good.
So we're seeing Fantastic Four.
I'm down. Yeah.
I'm
I'm
down, to
down.
see Fantastic. Are Australia?
Why do you want it to fail?
I don't want to pay for it.
Why?
Because I want
Garrett
Fantastic
finally
Four back on
listening to
Marvel.
me.
I don't care about X-Men. I want Fantastic Four back on Marvel.
I'm kind of fine.
I'm not
with them
dealing with
not
it.
having Fantastic Four.
Well, his $13 is going to make a dent. Don't
Yeah,
worry
right.
about it.
But whatever. The point is, the second trailer did make it look at least interesting enough for me to go watch it.
hmm
The difference is, when I like a movie, I'll see it several times. So, if I don't like it, then I'm obviously not going to go watch it again, and I'll make sure and tell people not to go watch it. But it looks interesting enough to at least get me in the seat.
I mean, I think we owe it to the Fantastic Four.
I
owe it
just,
to them.
I just want to
That's me.
see.
And I like how big the thing looks.
I want to see
Oh,
how
yeah.
Doom breaks,
Massive.
and I want to see Human Torch light some bitches up. I'm actually
I hope it shows I probably won't, but any of how he gets his mystical powers or anything like that. But
Mm.
probably
it'll
won't.
be cosmic rays, I imagine.
No, it's the Fantastic. It's the or the Ultimates version. They go into the negative zone. That's
Yeah.
where they get them from.
Oh, okay. So it's not gonna be like, all right, back in the day.
But
That's
by the
fine.
way, really quick, I do want to mention I've seen 3 movies recently that I really want to plug
All
because
right.
they're
Go
actually
ahead.
pretty good.
Yeah,
One is Odd Thomas, which is starring Anton Yelkin.
it's on Netflix.
It is on Netflix. I don't know if
Yelkin.
it's still on Netflix.
It is on Netflix.
Is it? Okay, good. Yeah, watch the heck out of it. It's like he plays like a I see dead people kind of character, but it's really funny.
Mhm.
It's also kind of sad, but yeah, he's like a supernatural detective kind of thing, but he fights against supernatural forces. It's pretty good. The other one is this movie called The History of Future Folk.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a very like film festival-y movie. It's got that tone to it. It's
Right.
handy cam footage and all that. But basically it's about an alien whose planet is going to be destroyed by a comet. They don't have time to destroy the comet, so they find a new planet to inhabit. So they send their captain to Earth to check it out. He crash lands here, so he can't go back. But his mission was still to destroy humanity so that they can move in. But he gets here and walks into like a convenience store and hears music. And on his planet, they don't have music.
Oh. All right.
So, like,
what was this? What was
It's
it
called The History of Future Folk.
That actually sounds very.
It's pretty
interesting.
cool.
Okay.
And then the third movie is actually Life After Beth. It's a really weird zombie movie starring Dane DeHaan, the Goblin. Shit, what the hell is this chick's name? Whatever, it doesn't matter. A bunch of people that you'll recognize, and it's just a really weird zombie movie. It's the girl that plays April on Parks and Rec.
Oh, Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza,
There you
thank you. Yeah, so she plays the main zombie of the movie.
So in love with her.
Oh yeah, no, she's great. But yeah, and her portrayal as a zombie is what sells that movie for me.
Awesome.
It's so good.
All right. That second one you said
Oh.
really.
Check
really
out
wanna
History of
check that
Future
one
Folk.
out.
It's really cool. It's got a lot of care charm to it. And yeah, and Star Wars. We can't forget to watch Star Wars. That's just continuing the previous topic of conversation.
Rebels.
No,
We've
you're
already
talking
done
about Force Awakens.
Oh, Force
Well, it's not
Awakens.
really
Oh,
a summer
yeah,
movie,
but whatever. Yeah, of course.
That's
No, we're talking
that's-
about things that are coming out this year.
Yeah,
Well, he said summer movies.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't-
Star Wars.
But we're
there.
all definitely going to watch Ant-Man, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
of course. Of course. It's an MCU
It's gonna
movie.
be really hard to cosplay as Ant-Man because I don't have pin particles.
I'm really excited that they're using, not only are they using pin particles, but they're also using the chronoverse.
Yep.
So excited. So
mhm.
excited. Also, there's another movie that's coming out that I want to really see. It's a horror movie, and we are still here. We are still here.
Kind of done with horror movies.
It's no,
Me too.
it's so cool though. It's haunted house movie, but it's a twist on the haunted house theme. It's about a family that moves into this house where essentially like every 30 years there's this presence there that has to feed on blood.
oh,
And it's a new family's blood they need every time, but it's like the original house owners are still there and they like serve them. It's really, really cool.
Weird.
It's really cool. And you should just watch it just because I said so. Anyway, I think we're done.
Yep.
That was Capes and Coast. Bye.
Xavier Ziegler, René Avengers Corink.
join us.
Great page.
Follow us on Twitter, Capes and Co-hosts.
Awesome
That's
page.
true. Later, guys.